We went over the rules in the dressing room. I want you to keep this fight clean at all times, protect yourself at all times, and what I say you must obey. Good luck, touch him up. Buenas suerte.
10-point must-scoring system, no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rules. The fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Only the referee can stop a fight. The unified rules of boxing by the Association of Boxing Commissioners. Here we go. This is what we've been waiting for. I'm the Colonel Bob Sheridan along with Jaime Mota and Cristina Poncher. Glad that you can be with us. Our principal's in there. Manny Pacquiao. And 5-time world champ Juan Manuel Marquez in 3 different weight divisions. Here we go. Manny starts out fast, throwing the first shots of the fight. He said he'd stay fast, he'd get fast, and remain that way throughout the fight. And it looks like that's what he wants to do. Marquez said, on the other hand, he's going to feel my power tonight before it's over. We'll see how it goes.
Marquez has definitely bulked up, comes in at 143 pounds, the heaviest he's ever been, but he says he feels good. He feels like he still maintains some speed, and that's what he tried to do with his new physical trainer. And if he's able to stay with Manny Pacquiao throughout this fight, speed-wise, then I think he's got a good shot at pulling this off. If not, it's going to be a long night.
Well, we'll see. Train, you know, with a scientist and strength coach, Angel Hernandez, who was with Balco, so there's a lot of talk about that. And, of course, that was involved with the steroid era. But he's totally clean. He's given blood, given urine. And he is big. And he is strong. But Pacquiao is so quick, and everybody knows his strength. Remember, Pacquiao's knocked him down 3 times in the first fight and 1 time in the 3rd round of the 2nd fight. Marquez has never been able to execute that, but he's vowed that he will. Manny with the jab.
So far, it's been Manny who's landed the cleaner shots. He hasn't been able to, land one to definitely get Marquez's attention, but he's landed 2 or 3 solid punches.
Marquez very cut around the midsection, though he looks a lot thicker than he usually does, but obviously he's been doing a lot of sit-ups. Manny Pacquiao in great shape, both physically and emotionally for this fight. Freddie Roach said holding the pads from his hands have felt heavier than at any time. So both guys are strong. So far, Marquez is missing more than he's hitting. Pacquiao is landing more clean shots. Boy, Manny looks really informed tonight, doesn't he? Up in the toes, bouncing in and out, back and forth, side to side. Captured that jab in his gloves.
He said he was going to be more aggressive, and he's definitely been aggressive here in the 1st round.
Marquez also said he was going to be more aggressive, and he really hasn't been. Manny dictating the flow early.
He's a natural counterpuncher, and that's what he does best. So if Manny comes at him most of the night, that bodes well for Marquez, because his counter-punching style will let him get off a little bit more as if he's the one that's pressing.
You got to remember, too, he's 39 years of age. Both of these men have been in wars over their career, so both of them would be a little bit older than their chronological age in terms of their ring age. Hey! That's a Pacquiao round in my way I see it.
I would have to agree with you on that.
Now the judges, by the way, and there's a lot of talk about judging, as you see Freddie Roach working on Manny. Most people want to hear this, so I'll get to my point in a minute.
He's moving laterally, and he wants to land the left hand, and he was able to do it 2 or 3 times. Left hook and the uppercut. Right hand down the middle. Combinations, that's what we want.
All right, so we're set to go to round number 2. The Colonel Bob Sheridan here with Jaime Mota and Cristina Poncher. Glad that you're with us wherever you are. This is what we've been waiting for many, many months. Pacquiao, Marquez 4. Manny started out the best of the 2 in the 1st round. Here we go with round number 2. Remember, as Jaime told you, Marquez is a counterpuncher, and that's what he does best. And that's, because he's a counterpuncher is probably why a lot of judges don't give him the full credit that he should. Counterpunchers don't get as much credit as the guy that's the more aggressive. And that's been the only difference in all three of these fights besides the knockdowns.
Active aggressiveness, one of the criteria when you judge a fight.
And ring generalship. It seems like Manny's controlling the ring generalship. When they engage, he engages. Marquez has got to get off first a few times here now. At that nice jab. It looks like he has a longer jab, but he doesn't. The jabs are, or their arms are both 6 to 7 inches. Their wingspan, I should say.
Let's see if he's able to do what Nacho Beristain told him. Left hook followed by the right uppercut.
Well, Manny can be hit by the uppercut, but Manny delivers an uppercut and then a left hook of his own. In his case, it's a left power shot because he's a southpaw fighter. Straight left hand down the middle, the way you fight the right-handed guy. There was the left hook and then back upstairs by Marquez. They're into it now.
But so far, it's been Manny, the one that's been taking the lead here in the first and second round. And he looks much quicker than Marquez so far.
Much quicker. Another good left hand by Manny getting through. So far, Marquez really hasn't done much. He was tagged pretty good by that shot by Manny Pacquiao.
And one of those left hands, in the first and second fight were the ones that sent him to the canvas.
I know it's early, but I got to tell you something. I don't think the weight suits Marquez. I really don't. He doesn't look really crisp to me. I know he's in great shape, but I also know he's 39.
Well, one of the things we knew, he was not going to get any quicker, especially bulking up and, being a year older. That definitely doesn't help.
He doesn't look to me as crisp as he did in any of the early rounds, even though he got knocked down in the first round of the first fight. But after that, he was totally, in my opinion, dominant for most of the rest of the fight. Then he get dropped in the third round in the second fight, but he still looked more crisp than he does right now to me. Well, that left hand will tell you something about crispness. And that's what they want, the left hook and right uppercut. Reaching that time was Juan Manuel. Manny very quick on his feet, gets out of the way when this guy assaults him. Gets off first again, and first again does Manny Pacquiao. The bell ends round 2. Well, I've got it 2-0 in favor of Pacquiao, in spite of that nice counterpunch you saw by Juan Manuel Marquez. Here we go to round 3. MGM Grand Garden Arena. Judges Adelaide Bird, Steve Weisfeld from New Jersey, and John Keane from the UK. I started to tell you, as we settle into the fight, there was a lot of controversy about who would judge this fight. Only one Nevada judge, and that's Adelaide Bird. And none of the previous judges from Nevada were allowed to judge this fight. Todd DeBuff, the president of Top Rank Boxing, decided he wanted the judges to get together and explain exactly to each other how they're going to score this fight, which they did today. Ordinarily, judges don't get together and talk before the fights at all.
One of the things Manny worked on a lot at the Wild Card Gym with Freddie Roach was moving to his right to stay away from Marquez's right hand. Thus far, he's moving completely in the opposite direction. He's circling to the left, and he's allowing Marquez to time him for that right hand.
But you've heard Freddie say in previous fights, we trained for this, we did this, and then he went back to doing what he wants to do. Fighters, once the bell sounds, they kind of do what they want to do. And he's fighting the way he always does fight. Let's see if at any time does he trying to move a little bit to the right. A little bit better round for Marquez this time.
But he's still waiting a little too long to get off.
He is, Jaime. But the question to me is he waiting or can he get off? That's my question.
And that's a very good question, Bob. Because if he...
He drops Pacquiao for the first time in 4 fights. Manny was knocked down by an overhand right hand. There's the power of Juan Manuel Marquez for the first time. Manny Pacquiao hits the canvas in the trilogy of fights now into the 4th fight. So Pacquiao did get knocked down. That's what Marquez wanted. On his legs back.
This is the one thing everybody has been waiting to see, whether Marquez actually could hurt Manny Pacquiao. He did it just with a straight right hand. It was powerful, and it wasn't as if Manny just fell down. He literally dropped. It was a big, big right hand by Marquez. But what he hasn't done in the last few fights is go after Manny, and he's not doing it now either. He's reverting back to the counterpuncher.
Big left hook. He really needed to go after Manny when he hurt him, because he definitely hurt Manny. Manny's legs still look heavy. He's got big legs to begin with, but they look very heavy as he tries to run a little bit. And people are cheering Marquez, Marquez. We got us to fight this time, folks, as if we didn't the first 3 times. Look at these guys loading up shots. Here comes the bell in the 3rd round. Whoa, how about that at the bell?
That Marquez could hurt Manny, and there's that over right looping hand that caught Manny straight, right on the right side of his face. Here it is again, right over Manny's left hand. And Manny seems stunned, surprised.
Oh, he had everything going with that, didn't he? I don't remember it ever. All right, we go to round 4. So much for what I thought that Marquez was lethargic. He might be a little bit slower, but he found a right spot for that right hand, which was the jaw of Manny Pacquiao. He ticketed, and he did get it off.
You know what? I don't know if this has any bearing into what's going to happen later on or how they feel after the fight. But it's a small victory for Juan Manuel Marquez to know that he put Manny Pacquiao on the canvas. Whether he wins or not, that is a small victory for Marquez.
It's a small victory for him, but he wants a definitive victory. He wants to drop him again and again if he has to. But, you know, you pointed out another thing, I mean, that after he knocked him down, he didn't assault him. He went back to counterpunching. And here they really, you know, this is scientific what they're doing right now. They're trying to figure each other out. Manny doesn't want to walk into that right hand, and you had just mentioned that he's not really able to avoid that big right hand. These are knockouts between rounds 3 and 6 for both fighters. 17 for Pacquiao, and Marquez has 10.
Well, this also may make Manny be a little bit more cautious and not as aggressive as he wanted to be, because now that he's tasted Marquez's power, he might stay on the outside a little bit more.
Well, what I took in the first couple of rounds of being a bit lethargic, his shoulders are so much heavier and so much bigger that he definitely has added power. There's no question about that. And he's a great counterpuncher, so he doesn't have to be as crisp as a normal fighter would be because he's such a great counterpuncher.
Marquez is a very intelligent fighter as well. He's not going to commit mistakes that lead Manny to take advantage of something that might send Marquez to the canvas.
Well, nobody's winning this round, by the way. This is one of the real close rounds in the fight. And no matter how this goes, unless somebody's definitive in the last 49, 48 seconds of this round.
Well, I think that Marquez has landed a couple of good shots. He landed a really hard, stiff jab a minute ago that moved Manny.
There's Manny with a combination that steals rounds when you see a combination like that. But again, professional boxing is the hurt business. Those 3 heavy punches that Marquez landed, for me, would be enough to give him the round at this point with 20 seconds to go in round number 4.
I myself always ask myself to be redundant at the end of a round. Which guy would I want to be at the end of that round? Right now, I think I may have wanted to be Marquez so far.
And I would too, as he walked into another right-handed Manny. Downstairs goes Marquez, and he landed a shot. That's a Marquez round in my book.
Well, not only is Jinky Pacquiao a little nervous, I think The rest of the Filipino crowd here is very nervous. You know, there's a lot of people that have said that Pacquiao has lost his edge over the last couple of years. We're going to find out tonight whether he lost it or whether he recovered it after the Timothy Bradley fight.
We'll find out. You know, a Hall of Fame referee from the Philippines, Bruce McTavish, told me, you know, with the religion, with the problem with the marital situation and the distraction of being a politician in the Philippines, that boxing was number 4. But it seems like when he trains, he puts all his concentration on boxing. So, you know, we thought that there were no more distractions. But, you know, the one thing again, and again, this fight is very, very close. So we're not talking about Manny losing this fight right now. Although I have Marquez slightly out in front by 1 point. We'll see how it unfolds. But there are people that think the distractions are still there.
That was a great left hand by Manny. And Marquez took it.
Boy, the crowd is really into it here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Marquez stiff with that jab, driving off the back foot. That's the right hand go. Actually, his punch. Oh, that's going to be scored as a knockdown. There was a right left hook, but it was enough to catch him off balance. So down goes Marquez. He'll take the standing 8 count. Not hurt at all. He was more off balance, but there was a left hook. So that negates what he did in a much more impressive way. Just a straight left hand. Back comes Marquez. That straight left hand by Manny caught him off balance, but look at Marquez battle back.
You know what? They said all week this was going to be a war. I had my doubts. I don't anymore.
Oh, no, I think you put that fear to rest. You can put that to rest, Jaime. Pacquiao tries to come in. Marquez trying to salvage this round now for himself. If he can win the round, he can have the round with him after being down. Manny filled with confidence again. That's one thing. Even though it was, straight right hand by Pacquiao. Marquez able to gobble out it. Here's Pacquiao trying to drop him again.
I think Marquez is hurt.
He may be. There's a shot. He is. He doesn't hang on. He fires back. Pacquiao is going to the finish right now. Marquez will have no part of it as he loads up shots himself. What a round of boxing this is. How about this, folks? Back and forth they go. Manny landing most of the shots. How about that round of boxing? Here comes the bell. It's all over in the 5th round.
And here's a replay of the knockdown. First, the jab, and then he sort of steps on his foot, but at the same time, he connects with that straight left hand, and then Marquez goes down. I think it was a little bit of a combination of the punch and also that he lost his balance. But after that, Pacquiao absolutely took over that round.
Outstretched foot of Manny, and so he tumbled over that. At the same time, he got punched and he was off balance. But after that, as you said, is when the damage was done, because Manny busted him up with a cut across the bridge of the nose, and I think there's another cut as well.
And his nose may be busted because Marquez is breathing through his mouth right now, and it's only the 6th round.
Boy, this is something else. Well, we thank the world for Bob Arum to put this one back together, because this is a sensational fight to this point. And we're not even halfway through the fight, unless it's a knockout.
And see, he's bleeding profusely through the nose, so I think that nose is definitely busted.
Yeah, I think you're right, too. And then you can see the mouth hanging down, which is very dangerous to get hit in the jaw. Now, the big surprise was Pacquiao was down in the third. Then he was able to knock Marquez down ever so lightly in the last round. But then he busted him up in the remaining part of the 5th round. And back and forth they go here in the 6th. But Manny's really into this thing now. Hands high, straight left hand down the middle. Every time he puts that on the top of the nose, I'm wincing from the pain that he must be feeling with that broken nose. I mean, look at the dip in the bridge of the nose. It's broken. Right on top of it again. What makes fighters fighters? Man, this is something else. These guys are so tough.
Well, you've got to be a special person to be a fighter. That's for sure.
They're a breed unto themselves, Jaime. And with over 10,000 fights called, man, I really appreciate that. And this is why, folks. Nice left hand by Manny, and that's his power shot again. That was the left hand that dropped Marquez in the 5th round, the last round.
And all that punishment that Marquez took in the last round definitely took something out of Marquez, because he's not moving like he was in the previous 2 or 3 rounds.
No, you just take a look at the heels of the two fighters, and Marquez is down much more. He sort of stumbles back that time. That's an indication that the legs could be a little weak, and they've got to be. Goes to the right hand lead. And he skips past him. Man, he's got plenty of legs.
It doesn't seem like Marquez has his.
No, but look at the difference in the size of the legs when we have a wider shot. You see that Pacquiao's got huge calves and very narrow the calves of Marquez. That's where power comes from. And they are back into a war again to end the 6th round. And Manny went down. He hit him with a body shot. I don't know if he can get up
He
from
hit him
this.
straight on the chin.
He got him on the chin. He's knocked out. Juan Manuel Marquez has done it. He's knocked out Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao is still out. And now Jakey really concerned to know if he's hurt. It was in the far side. And he caught him on the chin and blasted him in the body at the very closing second of the 6th round. What an upset. Juan Manuel Marquez has done it. He's knocked out Manny Pacquiao. This is something else. Here we go. Straight right hand right on the button. Whoa. Straight right hand knocked him out cold. Manny coming in and he walks right into it. Marquez had his body half twisted and Manny got caught right on the chin. Boom, right there. Perfect position was Marquez to land that shot. Manny knocked out cold. His eyes are shut right there. I saw a little punch with the left hand that I thought went to the body at the end, but it was already over.
This fight comes to an end at 2 minutes, 59 seconds of round number 5. The winner by knockout victory, damas y caballeros, de Ciudad de México, Juan Manuel Dinamita Marquez.
Well, just to make it clear, it was actually the 6th round, at the end of the 6th round.
All right, Mike and Donald, I gave both of you instruction in the dressing room. I want to caution you again, obey my commands at all times. If there's no question, shake hands, good luck. Let's go.
The word from the McCallum camp is that they want to try to jump on Curry because they're not sure Curry can stand the pressure. But that would be out of character for McCallum to do. Let's see how that works out.
Huntington, of course, brawled Donald Curry, Ray, and it was always said that that's the kind of guy that really bothers Donald Curry. McCallum is not, as Larry Merchant said, that kind of guy.
Well, I disagree. I think sometimes a boxer can bother Donald Curry. You got to break his rhythm. Donald Curry is a technician. Good hands. He waits. He sets his man up. Again, and against Milt McCoy, who was moving, Donald threw a picture-perfect left hook. I think here with Mike McCallum, he has to be careful, has to be cautious at all times.
That was the bad short right hand by Curry. And again, we mentioned earlier in Ray's tip of the night that McCallum, perhaps even more than Curry, drops his left hand. Let's watch for it.
I think a punch that probably will work against Mike McCallum is the left hook of Donald Curry. It's a short and very powerful punch. And I think Mike McCallum has to be very careful about dropping that right hand.
George Benton, who is the trainer of Mike McCallum, said his man is an excellent defensive fighter. There was a good left hand by Curry.
Give him up. Give him up.
Donald Curry seems to be quite relaxed here, very, very comfortable. There was talk that he had problems making weight. But at the present time, there's no indication of that. We need to see more jabs by Mike McCallum. And what I mean more jabs, I mean up and down.
Give him up. Give him up.
And McCallum draws a warning from Richard Steele to keep his punches up. He is a body puncher, ergo the name the body snatcher. He really hammered Julian Jackson to the body before putting him away in the second round. Short left hand by McCallum.
Both fighters are still a little cold here. They're not as fluent as they would want to be. Again, you see what happens here. Both fighters again start to lead with the heads. And to prevent those headbutts, when you move down, you move left and right. You move the head to side to side.
And Curry has not done that in his last 3 fights. Again, a warning from Richard Steele.
Curry was trying to throw the bigger stuff.
Stay right on. Now look, you feel the pressure there. He feels that pressure. You understand? Now keep that pressure right on him. See, and he can't get off as quick because you got him moving, right? Now look.
There you saw McCallum going to the body, but neither punch landing clearly. But the left hook that followed up did.
In and out, baby. Go in, you score 3 or 4 shots, move out on angles. In and out on angles.
Moving good, moving good, in and out.
It's like y'all been working on angles, in and out, a little more foot movement.
What you're seeing again is two craftsmen. You don't have a Mike Tyson or an Arnold Schwarzenegger in here. You just got two fellas who really know what this game is about, and they're trying to figure out which one of them has advantages and disadvantages and probing for weaknesses at this point.
And again, we can't talk enough about the fact that in Curry's last 3 fights, butts were a deciding factor in his loss to Huntington and in his 2 wins over Montgomery and Santos. And in the first round today, Ray, he is doing the same thing.
Well, I didn't expect that, but again, we've witnessed that in the first round, that Donald Curry is coming in with his head. McCallum also does the same thing here, but it's also inadvertently. The left hook that Mike McCallum landed on Donald Curry was a good punch. I didn't think it was that effective, but the replay justified it. That left hook rocked Donald Curry.
Curry got a right hand in during that exchange.
anything. The way to beat Donald is to make him miss and then capitalize on it. You can't stand directly in front of Donald.
And of course, McCallum's style historically is to be right in front of his man.
Exactly. He's given a lot of head movement.
Don't hold him.
You know, the other thing is that both of these fighters have made their careers on being good, solid counter punchers. And when you got two counter punchers in the ring, somebody's got to go another way.
Oh, for sure. But I think here we find that both guys are being quite technical and wait for the other guy to make a mistake. Donald wants to throw. Both fighters want to get that left hook off. They're not concentrating so much on their right hand. It's been with the right hand there by McCallum, but it's been the left hook.
Both have been effective. And a combination by McCallum. And an uppercut by McCallum.
Donald was trying to ride with the left hook, but his time is off. He's not really riding with it.
Don't push.
See, inside Mike is really a master.
A big right hand by Curry.
That was a solid right hand, and it buckled the knees of Mike McCallum.
McCallum has never been down.
McCallum's still not steady. Donald needs to take advantage of this.
Step back, Clean. Step back.
Time is about here.
Less than 10 seconds.
It's a solid right hand, Barry.
Stay right on top of him. This guy's shooting his load, baby. All right, now look. Stay right on top. You understand? Yeah. Now you feel all right? Yeah. Good. All right. Now you're going to be all right now. Just stay right on top of him. You got this guy going now. Now keep that jab going. You understand? Yeah. Okay. Mike, when you're working everything off the jab.
Let's take a look and see how Curry set this up. A good right hand, and McCallum had to do everything he could to keep himself off the canvas. One thing that's pretty obvious here is that Curry has become the aggressor. Although there are two counter punches, as Barry pointed out before, it's Curry who is trying to make something happen.
And watch the left hand drop of Mike McCallum.
Unfortunately for Curry, Ray, that was about the only thing he did in that whole round, and he never did capitalize on it.
We may see a different thing this third round here.
Well, Ray, the thing that you pointed out, the left hand of McCallum's that has dropped throughout his career at least cost him that one punch and a near knockdown. And there was another right hand.
I'm surprised it's the corner of Mike McCallum didn't tell him to bring that left hand out. Bring it back to its place.
Just keep an eye on McCallum's left hand. Watch where he keeps it.
See, Donald is plotting. He's getting in closer. It's like a peep show. He gets in, looks for an opening, and then he drops the right hand.
He got a left hand in there, but he took a left hand in return by Curry. Curry now scoring heavily with the left as well as with that right hand.
It's interesting, Ray, isn't it, that Curry is also going to the body a lot in this fight.
Well, I think that he found out that to bring the hands down of Mike McCallum, those body shots prove to be effective.
Another right hand over the left of McCallum.
Curry's punch is a lot smoother, more fluid, whereas that Mike McCallum, I don't know, he just seems to be more lethargic. I don't see the snap behind his punches.
Oh, wait, step back clean. Don't spin him, don't spin him.
Good uppercut by Curry and a left hand behind it.
See, Donald doesn't need to wait. Curry does not need to wait.
Curry got McCallum's attention with that left-hand counterpunch as well.
Curry can take control of this fight if he just continues to throw punches. A lot of times, Curry puts himself in a very unfortunate position by standing aside too long.
Another right hand by Curry.
Keep him in front.
As a fighter just starts to get in bad habits like McCallum's dropping a left and just not change them.
I tell you, but I believe in biorhythm sometimes. Sometimes you just don't feel up to it. It's like the Monday morning blues. But you just can't handle those things in boxing.
Don't hold him.
I think a double left hook to the back of the head would be the job.
Curry in that round was starting to beat McCallum to the punch. He is the faster-handed puncher and seems to be solving the riddle.
Go slow. Give me that eye swell.
Slide a little inside, guys. Keep the companies together, man. You got to be first. You got to be first.
Allow your work inside all you
There
want.
is our punch stat. Look at the fight. This has nothing to do with the effectiveness of the punches. That is how hard they are. It does tell you the percentage of punches thrown and landed. And you can see that McCallum has thrown a lot more punches and landing less. About a half of the punches that Curry throws land, about a third of McCallum's.
Move that shoulder right into his chest and punch coming up. Come on. You don't come up.
One thing that could be a factor, there is some swelling over the left eye of Donald Curry. And there was a little bit of a butt there, too.
There needs to be more punches thrown by Mike McCallum. He's being out-hustled. Donald Curry gets inside. Donald Curry throws more punches. And Donald Curry, the last round, controlled the fight pretty much.
Another right hand by Curry and a left behind it.
He's beating Mike McCallum to the punch. That's what's happening.
And a left hand by Curry.
Donald now just picking his shots. And with more authority, too. The right hand of Mike has dropped. McCallum has dropped. Donald needs to throw a left hook.
A left hand again by Curry. McCallum almost seems confused by Curry.
Well, as long as Donald Curry's finishing with the left hook or some other punch, he's going to land. Bad mistake on Donald Curry's part. He puts both feet together, he can get knocked down. Here's a good example of it. Both feet are together. He's off balance here. All McCallum has to do is push him backwards.
All right, break, step back. Don't hit, don't hit. Don't hold it hit.
Look at the left hand of Mike McCallum. Again, it's down. And there, I tell you, Barrett, there is no
inside
zap
to get out.
in Mike McCallum's punches.
Punch and get out. Come on, you guys, let's go.
There's a puffiness over the left eye, on top of the left eye of Donald Curry.
Yeah, that seems to be getting a little bit worse, too. We saw it between rounds last time, between the last two rounds. There was a good right hand by McCallum.
That would definitely turn the tables around, I tell you. That because it could prove to be a handicap. As the rounds go by, that eye would close, and it would be a handicap. I'm sure the corner of Mike McCallum would point that out.
Come on, punch and get out. Don't hold him down. Break, step back clean.
It can only get worse, Barry.
Right hand a little short by McCallum.
Punch and get out. Don't hold him. Punch and get out.
I think that's going to turn the tables around.
Break.
4 good, tough, hard rounds by two good, tough fighters.
You're putting them together now.
Let's take a look at that eye and how they're treating it.
Let's put them together, Don. Let's put them together.
Let him work with the eye swell.
They got it, baby. They got him going.
Got him.
Just keep moving around. Make him miss and then make him pay for it, okay?
All right. Relax, baby, and start putting your speed together off those angles, all right?
We'll get to answers, baby.
Here you see Curry throwing the left hand, and as you can see, he's more creative than McCallum. McCallum is tough, he's strong. Curry is the quicker and more creative of the two of them. And here's my scorecard. Up to this moment, I have Curry ahead by 1 point in rounds. That's 2-1-1.
Should mention to you that Harold Lederman, who's usually our unofficial judge here at HBO, not with us this evening, so Larry Merchant wearing 2 hats. We come to the 5th round. And we will watch closely the swelling over the left eye of Donald Curry, which got worse in that 4th round. McCallum, even though he's taken more punishment, is unmarked.
There's a great deal of resiliency in Mike McCallum. He comes back.
Left hand by McCallum, counter punch.
Donald is throwing some beautiful combinations here.
There was the right again, right up over the top.
McCullers is standing directly in front of Donald, and that's why he's being hit. He needs to give some hand movement, left and right, side to side. He's not giving angles at all. He's directly in front of Donald.
And there's a left hand by Mike McCallum that came out of the blue and put Donald Curry on his back.
10, 10.
It's all over, and Mike McCallum is the champion. A classic one-punch knockout.
Oh, that was a beautiful punch. A beautiful left hook.
The stronger man won is all you can say.
It just
Up to that point, Curry seemed to be dominating the fight. It seemed to be going his way. A one-punch knockout is the last thing we expected to see, because that's not what McCallum is famous for. You wonder if some real weakness had been exposed in Donald Curry.
Donald, at earlier stages, he was seeming to be controlling the fight, had things going his way, except for the swelling over his left eye. But then all of a sudden, out of the clear blue sky, Mike McCallum released a beautiful left hook.
That is as classic a one-punch knockout as I've seen. Here's another look at it. Let's take a look, Ray.
Well, Donald Curry here, again, looks like he's controlling the fight, and the left hook there. And I tell you, here it is. I saw it in the replay that Donald Curry's hands were down. Actually, he was moving backwards. I didn't think he was going to get up at this point here, Barry.
He was on his back until the count of 8. Here's another look. Just as clean a shot as a fighter can have.
Also, I noticed, if we get another shot of it, we see that Mike McCallum was not going straight down. This time he was moving his head left and right. Here we have the shot of it. You see, he's not going straight back. Left, right, left hook. Beautiful shot.
Took a step to his left, just exactly as you were saying a moment ago he should be doing.
Exactly, and it paid off.
That was a tremendous shot by McCallum. And you pointed out correctly that in the last round, the tempo of this fight started to change.
Well, I saw, because of the swelling, because Donald Curry wasn't becoming handicapped with his vision, and I also noticed throughout Mike McCallum's career, he has resilience. He comes back strong. But I don't think no one expected him to be a one-punch knockout. No one can describe the feeling that's going through his man's mind now, Mike McCallum. He is so thrilled, so ecstatic.
And we'll take a look at the final numbers in this fight from our punch statistics, but there's really only one number that's really important. In fact, only one punch that's really important. McCallum threw 282 punches, landed only 31% to Curry's 50%. But in the end, it was only the 282nd punch that McCallum threw that really mattered at all. Right now, let's go up to the ring announcer, Michael Buffer. We will get the official decision. Michael?
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the official time. 1 minute, 14 seconds of the 5th round, the winner of his 6th straight title defense, still junior middleweight champion of the world, Mike McCallum.
All right, so with the introductions, the referee, Richard Steele, calls the two combatants to the center of the ring. There's the tail of the tape. You see the differences there. 6 years in age, 2 pounds in weight, and about 4.5 inches in height, favoring Henry Tillman. Tillman will be dressed, as you see, across the way in the white, and here in the black trunks, solid black, is Michael Tyson, the former heavyweight champion of the world. Most think that Tyson, being the prohibitive favorite, will come out real fast, but Tyson has been a very determined fighter and part of his career, and he does look like he's on the assault early to me. Mike has something that he wants to show here. This is exactly what I expected from him. They said he wasn't aggressive enough against Buster Douglas. He's aggressive right now. He's just powering and pushing Henry Tillman around right now. He wants to go for a knockout early. He wants to punish this guy for what Buster Douglas did to him. He looks like a madman on his face. Mike Tyson is not going to have Henry Tillman around here very long. Although Tillman got a left hand through, didn't bother Tyson at all. Tyson is a determined young man tonight. As he comes back, misses the left hook. He's very aggressive. He's not using that jab that we heard so much about in his training. He kind of flicks it in there a couple of times, and Tillman ties him up. Now, you remember against Bone Crusher Smith that they just tied him up constantly all the time. But Mike Tyson tries to punish Tillman to the body. We're in round one. Just underway here in round one. Bob Sheridan on the Don King Sports and Entertainment Network. And Tyson has come out here to really fight very, very aggressively. Again, we want to welcome all of our audience around the world, especially those on TV3 in Auckland, New Zealand. Chris Myrons and Clint Brown, who are joining most of our telecasts that involve Mike Tyson, the next few anyway, and we're glad that people down under can be with us all over New Zealand and Australia. Welcome to TV3. Wow, with the right hand. The left hook catches Tillman. Midway through round number one, and Tyson isn't finished yet with this guy. Tyson is not fooling around one bit with this guy, not giving him any breathing room at all. Tillman is trying to stay on the move and does the proper thing if you're fighting Mike Tyson, and that's tie him up inside. Now Mike is staying out where his punching has so much power. Watch for his left hook and his uppercut when he gets inside, and Mike will hit you anytime. He'll hit you coming in, he'll hit you on the break, he'll hit you with a looping right hand, he'll hit you with a left hook. He's got Tillman shell-shocked already, and the thing hasn't even really got going. Mike really tees off when he gets inside on him. This is the Mike Tyson that we saw so effective, knocking out 33 of his opponents. Tillman has a look of fear in his eyes as Mike Tyson just goes headhunting. Richard Steele, the third man in the ring, has got his work cut out with Mike Tyson. Oh, the right hand! I doubt if he'll be able to get up from this. He hit him flush on the jaw with the right hand. It's up to 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. It's all over. Tyson, a first round knockout. Mike runs across the ring and tries to help his friend Henry Tillman up. There's pandemonium in the ring as Tillman tries to get to his feet. He caught him flush with a right hand that knocked him out cold. And Mike came running across the ring and almost looked like he was mad at something, but we saw immediately that Mike Tyson wanted to help his wounded friend. So that answers the questions of what Mike Tyson will do when he comes back. It came at 2:47 of the first round. It was a big right hand, a very, very aggressive Mike Tyson. Wow, what a right hand. By the way, James Buster Douglas is in the audience here, and you have to wonder what he's thinking. I think he's thinking he's glad he has to fight Evander Holyfield before he faces this guy again. Watch this now. Tyson moves in for the kill. Here it is. He's got everything going, and he catches him right at the height of his punch on the top of the left temporal bone, which rattled the brain around inside that skull, and down he went. There was no getting up from there. Watch it from a different angle. The right hand, watch Tyson's right hand. He winds up, bang, he nails him. It's all over. He crumbles to the canvas like a sack of wheat, stretches out the legs, and he's not getting up. Very, very heavy punch. Watch again, just watch that right hand. Watch how Mike winds up. Oh, he's got everything going with it. Everything was into that. The whole shoulder, the twisted trunk, the body, and the arm. Watch it again from the top side here now. Watch how he gets his whole body into the punch. He's got everything going. Oh, what a shot. You don't get up from a shot like that. That's not a grazing blow, not a glancing blow. There's the eyes, straight out, and that tells the whole story. Don King announced yesterday they're not calling him Iron Mike anymore.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's listen to the time.
The time, 2 minutes, 47 seconds of the first round. The winner by a knockout, Iron Mike Tyson.
Quiero una pelea limpia. Dios los bendiga. Toque Montes.
In the last 2 decades, 5 times the fight of the year was Mexican versus Mexican. We have heard the names Barrera and Morales plenty this week. And perhaps like those 2 Mexican legends, this more than just one night. Maybe this is the first night of what will become 2 names forever linked. Fighters know, they know this moment when the man opposite you can make you a better version of yourself, demanding you give more than you ever have. For Berchelt Valdez, that moment comes right now. Here we go, round 1. Andre Ward, what are you looking for early?
Looking for Valdez to get that jab working. Those feints like you just saw right there. He's the smaller man. Stay small. Don't raise up and try to hit the face or the head of Berchelt early on. Be disciplined. Feint, use your speed, and use your jab. For Berchelt, he's going to do what he always does. He takes a round or 2 to warm up. He'll prod and paw with that left hand, and then he'll start to let both hands go to the body and to the head.
This range finding with that jab for Berchelt at the moment. The guy who typically throws over 81 punches per round in his world title fights.
I don't like that Valdez is loading up already with the overhand right and the right to the body. It takes a lot of energy, and it's just unnecessary right now. Just touch Berchelt. Don't try to knock him out with one shot.
Berchelt right now is just trying to set up shop right now. You see him constantly gathering rhythm, his rhythm, and also movement, keeping his distance from Valdez.
Even though Berchelt is the favorite, even though Berchelt is the champion, there is deep-seated motivation. We talked about the fact that you go back to their days as the amateurs. It was Oscar Valdez who was given the opportunity. It was Oscar Valdez who was fast-tracked for the Olympic spots. He comes forward with a left hand follow-up right.
Cortez, he gave up a lot of energy to get a right hand block and to miss the other shot, when he can get those same points and cause more damage by using the left hand, and he can also remain safe while he does it, just like that.
You know what this is called, what Valdez is doing? He's fighting with emotion right now. You know, you've seen his face, the way he looked when he came in, real serious. You know, he's fighting smart. He really is, but he's fighting with a lot of emotion. He needs to be cautious, like you said, Dre.
Well, it's a lot of nervous energy he's giving up. Yes.
Almost as if there's a clenched fist before it even comes to the point of the punch.
You see how calm Berchelt is.
Well, what did he say in the locker room earlier? About 2 hours ago, he said, just look at my smile.
Yeah.
Look at my smile. That's the kind of night he felt he was having then and he wants to have now. Relaxed, fun. Now working the jab a little bit here. Half a minute to go in round number 1. Big left hook comes in well off the mark from Valdez. That left hook is so dangerous. We've seen the power from Valdez before with it. Double jab, right hand blocked. Hardly the kind of Berchelt round we've seen, but he will get that engine revving for sure. Quick break, end of 1. More from Vegas in a moment. Beat Lomachenko in a spectacular win here October 17th of last year, right here at the MGM Grand. He'll have a purse bid for his next title defense coming up this week. Two of the real young superstars in the game here to see Berchelt and Valdez in that first round. Valdez 8 connects, 29 thrown. Berchelt 5 connects, 31 thrown.
Eddie Reynoso was telling Oscar, look, he's big, he's powerful, but he's slow, both with his hands and with his feet. Look, I saw you lunge in with that big right hand. Don't do that. Set it up because he's looking to counter.
Dre, you said Valdez has the great asset of speed. He has to use the hand speed and foot speed to his advantage.
Well, yeah, Valdez is quicker than he is fast. He can get to the target quick if he doesn't load it up. He gets in trouble when he throws big leaping left hooks and big right hands. But when he throws a jab like that, it's on the mark. Trust me, Berchelt feels it and is piling up points.
Can see the size difference that Reynoso cited. 2-inch height advantage, but 16 pounds gained from coming off the scale for Miguel Berchelt. Stepped on the scale, perfect 130. Stepped on the scale tonight, 146.2.
Seeing a lot of respect from the champion. He's respecting the power and the speed. He's still trying to figure out his range against Oscar Valdez.
Doing so with the jab, nearly came with the right hand, and then Valdez decides to try to time it and open up with a combination.
There you just saw the size difference. Size doesn't always matter just with punches, but it matters when you're inside. So you see Valdez give all his effort to throw, and you see Berchelt just nudge him off. That takes a lot of energy out of Valdez. So size is about the physicality, not just the punch.
It's a great point. And then there's that punch resistance that becomes so important.
Right now, Valdez is fighting a smart fight right now. Using defense, attacking in the right spots, using his jab effectively, even with the 5-inch reach disparity. He's finding a home for his jab occasionally. Like there, beautiful work.
And good quick jab as well, snapping it off. Comes back with it. Valdez with the up jab.
Yeah, Tess, I can't say it enough. That's the most important punch for Oscar Valdez. The left hand.
And you can see blood coming from the nose of Miguel Berchelt. Good work tripling up the jab now, Valdez. Valdez bringing out some blood in the nose of Berchelt.
Valdez needs to ignore the blood and keep doing what he's doing. It's not time to attack yet.
Just beautiful boxing bomb right now. Look at that. Changing direction right there in a nice 1-2 combination. He's fighting the perfect fight right now, out at distance.
Well-measured start, utilizing the jab. Oscar Valdez. CompuBox has both men landing 15 punches as we start round number 3. When it comes to the jab and the accuracy, Valdez at 32%, Berchelt at 22%. Tried to come over with a right hand, Valdez, to start this third round.
See, this has been the key to the success for Oscar Valdez. Beautiful jab right there. Even though he's a shorter man and has a shorter reach, he was still able to time his jab like he's doing there against Berchelt.
Bernardo, what are you hearing?
Jose Alfredo Caballero said, look, I know he's landing that jab. What you need to do is counter with the right. Don't lose your mind. Take your time. The fight is still early. Be smart, and you will be able to pour it on late. But his hands are quick.
They're acknowledging the quick hands, the quick jab of Valdez, but it obviously can be a countering opportunity with the right hand from Berchelt. Closes the distance now in the corner before they tie up.
All right, nothing back here.
Even though that was a foul, I like the fact that Valdez tried to make Berchelt pay for lunging in like that. He's sending a message to Berchelt, letting him know that you can't come in here any kind of way. If you miss, I'm going to try to make you pay.
Beautiful jab right there from Valdez. Look for the left hook to come around, you know. You're going to see Berchelt try to block the jab with his right hand. And the left hook of Valdez should find a home for itself soon.
Yeah, I think that's going to land, start landing for Valdez.
There was the left hook from Valdez.
It's that jab, though, Tim, that jab. And he can even bring that jab downstairs as well.
And look at the movement. I mean, Valdez is fighting the perfect fight right now. Not standing in front of this big man, using his legs, popping in. He has the quicker hands, using his athleticism right there. Beautiful work by the young man.
And getting out of trouble as well. Had his back against the ropes, and you know when Berchelt gets somebody in that situation, all the awkward punches and bunches come, and Valdez quickly exits out the side door to the right. Turns over a left hook, trying not to be smothered, and then ties up.
Berchelt looks weight drained to me. His punches look a little lethargic. You saw that left hook right there?
Dre, do you agree with that assessment early on by Timmy?
No, it's too early to tell.
It just looks
too early to tell for me.
Able to get out of the way of that left hook from Valdez.
In front. Punches in front.
Fires off a lead left hook that time. Coming to the end of 3 here in Vegas. Joe, Tim, and Dre ringside here. Round number 4, world title fight. Berchelt, Valdez. Tim, there was that moment in the 3rd round where Valdez found a little trouble that he had to get away from.
Yeah, we emphasize this on the Clicker Show. Don't stay on the ropes, Valdez, and he stays on the ropes just for a split second. Drops his guard. He thought a body shot was coming. Dropped his guard. Left an opening for that looping right hand. But to his favor, and to give him credit, he was able to take that shot on the chin.
Ooh. Left hook again from Valdez. Let's look at Andre Ward's card. 3-zip. Valdez, who was the big underdog when the lines opened up here in Vegas. We checked in with our contacts at Caesar. All the late money started coming in on Valdez. 87% of the total handle. Bet down to -300. Around town, you could shop it, get it -280. Right now, Dre has him up 3 rounds to zip early on.
The left hand is finding a home, Tim, like you predicted. And that's the punch that Berchelt, if you watch his fights, that he tends to get hit with. He doesn't defend well against the left hook. That was a punch that knocked him out early in his career when he had his first knockout loss. And Berchelt needs to keep using the jab and try to get that left hook in every chance he can get.
Berchelt trying to close the gap, does so with a right hand.
Stop. In front. Punches in front.
I love the fact that Valdez is not showing any kind of respect. As soon as he gets close, he starts letting his hands go.
And on the separation, Berchelt wide swinging. Valdez trying to get away from it. He does back to the center of the ring.
You better believe that Berchelt's going to have runs that he tries to take within this fight. He's not just going to lay like, oh.
Look at that left hook from Oscar Valdez, and Berchelt is tied up.
Let go.
There it is.
He doesn't look good. He is hurt. Valdez is on the attack here. A minute to go in round 4. The left hook hurt Berchelt. Here comes Valdez. A minute to work. In the pocket, swinging. Yes. Berchelt's meeting him. Berchelt is on unsteady legs. Uppercut sends him back. Here's Valdez on the attack. Do we have a major upset brewing here in Vegas? Look at Valdez headhunting Berchelt. The champ is in trouble.
It's the left hook, Joe. That's what he wants. He needs another left hook to hit the spot.
Oscar Valdez, he doesn't know how to lose. Berchelt is finding something out as he tries to turn the tables and meet him with fire of his own. Damaged here in round 4. He's got 20 seconds to survive it. There's another left hook. Measures up another one. Wobbly legs on Berchelt. Can he survive these last 10 seconds? Headshot after headshot. Valdez scoring with ease. Backs him up, and that's a technical knockdown. The ropes held him up. Look at his legs. Can he continue?
Give me your gloves. Dame los guantes. ¿Está bien?
Spectacular round, and a shot comes in.
Talked about the left hook. That's the punch. That's Valdez's signature punch, and that's the punch that Berchelt, throughout the course of his career, he does not defend well against that shot. On top of the head, he had wobbly legs throughout the course of the round, and Valdez did the right thing. He tried to place shots in there and tried to land another left hook, and Berchelt is still hurt right now.
Tim, how does he look to you in these opening moments of round 5?
Not good, Tess. Not good at all. His legs are still wobbly.
Another left hook comes in.
And it's only going to take maybe 1 or 2 more shots, and it's going to be over.
Listen, he's out on his feet. Valdez needs to set up another shot. Don't rush it. Place the shot just like that.
Can you believe this? Oscar Valdez taking it right to Berchelt. Left hook to the temple, started it down the hill.
You gotta show me something, brother.
You just heard Russell Mora say, champ, you gotta show me something.
Let me tell you this, when a puncher's hurt, when anybody's hurt, it takes the power off your shots. You don't have the same sting that you did before you got hurt.
Look at the control. The well-managed control. Valdez went with a right to the body and that left hook upstairs.
Valdez needs to shoot a jab and then fake the jab and come around with that left hook. It's right there.
He's putting on the performance of his life right now, Oscar Valdez is.
As he said he would. Chopping overhand, just missed.
Berchelt needs to buy some time to get his head together.
He doesn't know how, Dre. All he knows how to do is one thing, fight, fight, fight.
Ooh, big right hand from Valdez. Berchelt stands up to it and looks to exchange. Maybe he's thinking there's one lottery ticket left in those gloves. He comes forward now.
Stop, let go.
Berchelt right now is fighting on instinct and guts. That's all he's fighting on right now because he's hurt.
All week long, we told you the CompuBox superlatives of all the offensive firepower, but we also mentioned among elite fighters, 8th worst defense in the sport. He gets hit. Not only that, he gets hit with power shots. And that's what has turned this fight into this golden opportunity for Valdez.
The money shot is the uppercut for Valdez. It's a shot that Berchelt won't see coming. If he shoots the uppercut as he's coming in, this will be over.
Half minutes ago in round 5, Berchelt a little better on his feet, a little more willing to engage, but he has been damaged. Fighting on instinct means to punch, to get into the pocket, and he does as he fires off the uppercut. What drama we have here in the bubble. Let's listen in. Well, he was beaten and battered at that point. He was barely standing. That was long after the original left hook went to the temple. That hurt him badly. Round number 6, title on the line.
Tess, as long as Berchelt's around, he's still dangerous.
Always.
There's no doubt about that.
He's always dangerous until this fight is over.
34 knockouts in 38 wins. He is as dangerous as anybody is in the sport. And he looks a little better here at the start of round 6.
If you're Valdez, you want to go back to what set up that good shot. Stop trying to just land it and set it back up. That's how you got the success you got early on. So go back to that, and maybe you can land it again.
But the biggest problem is that he didn't go to the body. He should have went to the body. Those hands would be down even more, and he would have took a lot more out of Berchelt. He just got happy and comfortable headhunting.
But this makes it a lot easier if you're the smaller guy in the boxer facing the puncher, when the puncher knows that you can hurt him.
Ooh, that body shot hurt Valdez right there.
Berchelt goes to the body and finds success.
Listen, Berchelt is thinking right now, I took his best shot. Now he's coming on, he's feeling strong, he's able to absorb and take the punches a lot more, I would say, easier coming from Valdez.
Stop, let go.
I just can't stop thinking about everything that was said this week. How he talked about Julio Cesar Chavez picking Berchelt. How he talked about it's the first time on an underdog. And then yesterday, the president of Mexico FaceTiming Berchelt and lending support. They trade right there. Berchelt absorbed that far better than he did 2 rounds ago.
But that punch hit Berchelt right square on the chin. The one that hurts him is the punch that hits him on top of the head. That's the one he does not defend well against.
That left hook temple shot, side of the head, happened early in round 4. Awkwardness of Berchelt coming straight in against Valdez.
So for a true champion, when you get hurt, you get angry. Once you recover, you realize what happened to you, you get angry, and Berchelt is angry right now.
Not tying up, throwing on the inside that time was Valdez.
Berchelt felt that right hand right there.
He pops that jab. Berchelt trying to close that range again, cut off the ring.
Oh, behind the head right there, rabbit punch from Valdez.
Time.
Rabbit punch.
No more punches back here. Don't do it. Don't do it, okay? Don't do it. Let's go.
So the warning from Russell Mora.
Beautiful body shot right there from Oscar Valdez. That's where he needs to continue to go to drain Berchelt.
Comes Berchelt. He started with the body attack. Now he's trying to go upstairs in the final moments here of round 6.
Nice tie-up right there from Oscar Valdez. That's what he needs to do. He needs to tie him up and don't allow him to come on.
Of the fight, he was 15 of 62. He landed 12 power punches, throwing 41s, fight highs for him. Oscar Valdez is enjoying an 83-61 connected advantage. The highlight, of course, round 4, when he had 18 power punches landed of 64 thrown and scored the technical knockdown. Hurt him badly early on with a left hook.
Valdez's technique is suffering just a little bit right now. Part of his fatigue and part of it's because Berchelt is picking up the pace. Valdez has to go back to what worked early in this fight. Jabs, pot shots, and hopefully he can land another big shot.
Look at Berchelt just trying to run him down, trying to get anything going.
Man, this guy is the Terminator, Berchelt.
Berchelt's trying to get some get back. He said, you want to do that to me? It's time for me to get mine now.
Stop, let go.
He's willing to make a fight of it. 5 rounds to 1 on Andre's card, including that 4th round, that 10-8 4th round when Berchelt was hurt badly, and the knockdown was scored by Valdez.
If Valdez doesn't get Berchelt out of there, it's going to be very interesting going down the stretch, because Valdez, even though he had great success halfway in the first half of the fight, he gave up a lot of energy with the movement, the mental pressure, as well as all the punches that he threw.
No doubt about that. Let's see if it turns in that direction. Berchelt stalking. Goes to the body underneath with a right hand. Tries to chop down and windmill a right. Head movement from Valdez gets him out of trouble, and he spins out.
The right hand is available for Berchelt. Valdez is throwing the same single jab, the same speed. The right hand is available for him. All he has to do is shoot it anytime he sees a jab, right over the top of it.
Follows Valdez back into the corner. Much different tone here in round number 7.
This is when the corner earns their money. They got a coach, their fighter. I'm talking about Eddie Reynoso. Oscar Valdez, through this moment, he has to let him know this is what's happening, and this is what you have to do to keep your composure.
Right hand comes in from Berchelt. He's finding a little something here in round 7. Can see redness on the face of Valdez. He opens up with a left hook, goes right back to it again, chopping with a right hand. Here's Valdez now making a comeback. And what does Berchelt do to answer? He throws punches.
What is this guy?
The only thing they know. Oh, good stuff. Heck of a round.
Anytime he gets near the corner, what he needs to do is he needs to step in and tie up Berchelt and walk him back to the center of the ring, because that's where he's going to have success.
Consider how badly he was damaged in round 4, the way he looked in round 5, and now stacks a couple good rounds together, round 6 and 7. In that 7th round, Miguel Berchelt had a 19-13 connect advantage. He was 14 of 44 on power punches. Valdez did make a nice comeback at the end of that round, but early on, Berchelt was consistent, was doing his thing.
Now you see Valdez going back to what gave him the early success, which is the jab and the lead hand. It keeps the hard charging Berchelt at bay. It blinds him if you want to throw a right hand and a left hook behind it, because Berchelt has taken your best shot so he can compute a big lead, right hand or left hand. But when you blind it, or blind him with the left hand, the jab, now he can't see it. Just like that.
Telling you, the uppercut is the money punch from Valdez. It's a shot that Berchelt will not see coming. And the ones that you don't see coming are the ones that hurt the most.
Necessary jab, turns it over into a hook.
Beautiful beautiful boxing right now from Valdez. Just beautiful boxing.
Good combination from Valdez.
Look at that. Turning outside the corner. Woo. Beautiful work by the young man.
Nice hop and a step, and then a lead left hook again. Berchelt trying to work behind that jab.
Listen, I don't know why Valdez is switching as much as he is, and I haven't seen him ever switch as much as he is, but it's effective and it's working right now.
Stop. Let go.
Valdez is using that turn and burn, baby. Turn and burn. Keep turning him. Make him pick up his feet. That's what you do against a puncher. A guy that needs to stand in position to be able to land this offense.
Much better movement here in ring generalship in round 8 from Valdez.
No, Ken. Give me gloves. Arriba. Arriba.
Those shots are straying kind of low.
Don't hold.
For Berchelt.
Upward coming body shots with the right hand. 8 rounds in the books here in Vegas between these Mexican warriors.
You're getting close with them hooks. Okay. Yeah, they have to be in front of the ear. Okay.
Round number 9. In that 8th round, Valdez had a 16-12 connect advantage.
When Valdez goes away from the left hand, the jab, he doesn't land the left hooks as cleanly as he is right now. When he's setting everything up with the jab, he's able to turn southpaw and land some lead shots, and he's also able to land that signature left hook and overhand rights. He's got to stay disciplined.
Such a highly competitive fight. I think many would probably find it fairly easy to score. You've got the highlighted knockdown round in the 4th, 78-73. The bounce back rounds by Berchelt were obvious, 6 and 7, and then a good 8th round for Valdez. He got off to a very good start of utilizing the jab. Then he had the power surge when Berchelt was hurt in rounds 4 and 5. Berchelt settled in, had his way in the 6th and 7th before Valdez comes back with good movement, good jab, and that overhand right in the 8th. 6 rounds to 2 with a 10-8 round.
That was a nice sequence right there. Valdez was on the ropes. He flicked out a left hand, landed a right hand for good measure, and got out of harm's way.
There's the left hook again.
He hurt him with that. He buzzed him. You can see the legs. Oh. Berchelt does not have the same power on his shots. When you get hit with big shots like that, like Dre said, it takes power away from your opponent when you're hitting them with big shots.
Biggest weapon Valdez possesses, and he is utilizing it well tonight. The left hook, switching stances though, and comes back with a right jab, a southpaw jab. And here he is now as a southpaw.
Now you see the body language from Valdez.
Uppercut combination, and he scores the knockdown. Valdez does it again.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come here.
He's hurt.
¿Está bien? ¿Quieres más pelea? Give it.
Can he finish him? Can Oscar Valdez take the throne from Berchelt? Coming in with right hands. Showing the patience of a veteran, of a champion, fighting smart, sweeping headshots. Tim, you said he must go to the body in situations like this.
Go to the body. That'll take a lot more out of your opponent if you go down to that body when they're hurt, and they'll bring their hands down.
Right hand comes in. Berchelt survived the 4th round. Can he get out of this 9th round? He's got to be careful. That left hand again, sweeping right hand from Valdez. Oscar Valdez in control here as we come to the end of round 9. For the 2nd time, he puts down Miguel Berchelt.
See Oscar Valdez turning southpaw, feeling good. And you know a fighter's feeling good when they start throwing combinations you haven't seen all night. That was creative. That was thoughtful. He said, let me bring it up. I think he might have heard Timothy Bradley ask for the uppercut, and it landed cleanly, and you saw the results that it produced right there with Berchelt. Berchelt is in a bad way right now. He's not recovering in between rounds. Valdez has an opportunity to step this thing up and potentially get this knockout.
I'm going to tell you right now that Berchelt is behind big in this fight. And if I was in this corner right now, I would stop this fight. He's taking too many power shots to the head.
If you look at his legs, he's bouncing, but they're not steady. That means that his equilibrium is not right. His balance is not right, and he's a shot or two away from getting knocked out.
He doesn't start throwing punches, I'm going to have to stop the fight. So that is in the mind of Jose Alfredo Caballero in Berchelt's corner.
There's another big shot from Valdez. Valdez can sense it.
Joe Mora's got to take a close look at this. I understand this is from Mexico and their warriors, but he's got to take a close look at Miguel Berchelt. If Miguel Berchelt won't stop, he may have to stop it for him.
Taking too many punches, too many power shots.
Look at his face. Look at the swelling. And he's eating these left hooks. And now snapping jab and a right hand comes in from Valdez.
Stop. Let go. Stop in.
He's got to watch him.
Perfect game plan put forth from Oscar Valdez on the night when he needed to be perfect. Switching stances.
See that switch right there? That's just creating a different angle.
Switches back to orthodox.
For his offense.
He has shown everything tonight.
Everything.
Absolutely everything.
Masterful performance tonight by Oscar Valdez.
Motivated by doubters, including his boyhood idol, Julio Cesar Chavez. On a night when Berchelt said, I take a step closer to reaching that goal of Chavez's 9 successful title defenses at 130 pounds with the green belt. And now, if he doesn't have a massive turnaround, that green belt is going the other way. That's a slip in the corner where there is moisture from the water and ice.
Wipe this corner.
And Russell Mora instructs them to wipe it down.
Valdez is in a zone right now. He is in an absolute zone right now.
Dre, it's almost as if you could see it in his eyes, wide open, hyper-focused all night long.
He's heard the talk from his countrymen and from those, you know, in the boxing community. And that motivated him. It's not always the bigger man that wins. It's not always the hardest puncher. Brains, toughness, and skill can get it done.
Well, brains is toughness. You got to stay disciplined when you use your brains. That is toughness, Dre.
Absolutely explosive. Oscar Valdez is the new champion.
Knowing when to box, when to move, but this right here is saving grace. Left hook with the movement allowed Berchelt to come forward. Just beautiful work right here, man, by Valdez. Finding the home for his saving grace, that left hook. I knew as soon as he hit someone, as soon as he hit Berchelt clearly, I knew it was going to be over.
Watch the legs on impact.
Getting out of range, beautiful setup, boom, right on the chin.
Every part of him crumbled
Unreal.
To the ring. But right now, he is on the stool. They're unwrapping the gloves. They will get him to the UMC Trauma Center. The left hook all night long. Oscar Valdez, a young man who was born in Mexico and then went to Tucson, Arizona when he was just a year old, went to elementary school in Arizona through 5th grade, and then parents divorced. He went back to Mexico with his father. His career has taken him to the greatest heights, a 2-time Olympian, a world champion at featherweight. You see Teofimo Lopez celebrating the win. Here it is in real speed. Listen to this. It was before the bell for those who are questioning it. And the celebration, biggest win of his career.
Ladies and gentlemen, here inside the MGM Grand, this bout comes to an incredible conclusion. 2 minutes, 59 seconds of round number 10. For your winner by knockout and new WBC Super Featherweight Champion of the World, Oscar Valdez!
Okay, gentlemen, trunks are okay here. Trunks are okay here. Now, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want to caution you to keep the fight clean at all times, protect yourself at all times, and what I say you must obey. Good luck. Touch up.
All right. Let me tell you right now, you can unplug your television sets because the electricity in this building will keep them running.
Kenny Bayless, the referee, young, athletic, takes control of the ring. I think you probably need a good, young, mobile referee in there tonight with these two.
Manny Pacquiao, the pound-for-pound champion. The Pac-Man against Ricky, the Hitman Hatton. The junior welterweight championship of the world and the title of best pound-for-pound fighter going. Live from Las Vegas, here we go.
Here we go, gentlemen.
Both on their toes. Both with a lot of fire. Hatton coming very fast at Pacquiao. He seems intent in a lot of his pre-fight comments to show that he can also box tonight. But I think he's got to be the Ricky Hatton who comes forward and blasts away.
Well, that was a big blast from Manny Pacquiao with a right hook right to Ricky Hatton's forehead.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how both these fighters come out. Trying to set the pace, Hatton talking about trying to be a different fighter. This is second fight under Floyd Mayweather Sr. and already a couple of shots to the body as he ties up Pacquiao and fights in close.
And he's caught him a couple times with that right hook coming in. I'll tell you who's going to be key in this fight is the referee. He's going to allow him to play into that style, to work into that midsection.
Pacquiao taking the shots to the body from Hatton, and this is turning into a brawl, which is exactly the kind of fight Ricky Hatton would want.
Well, he's going to try to not let Pacquiao have a moment to relax. Pacquiao could basically sit back and pick apart Oscar De La Hoya because Oscar wasn't punching back. But Ricky Hatton is going to punch back, and he is going to punch first tonight. So it'll be a different kettle of fish for Manny Pacquiao.
Which, you're exactly right. And then not only that, there's lots of head movements, there's lots of feet movement, and the speed of Pacquiao.
He caught Hatton leaning in
with a big right hook, which he's going to have success with tonight if Hatton doesn't keep his hands up.
Hatton trying to hang on right now.
Hatton cannot be too careless. Just check with Juan Manuel Marquez about what can happen in the first round against Manny Pacquiao.
Well, this will be an interesting fight because neither one of these guys, as Pacquiao lands another right hand, was really challenged in his last fight.
Oh, Kurt, a beautiful shot.
Combinations. Down here in the first round. Manny Pacquiao comes out 2 minutes into the opening round, and he's already knocked down Hatton.
The right hook was finding a home all the first round, and it ended up dropping the Hitman
some extra seconds there for Hatton to recover, but he's in deep trouble with about a half a minute to go.
And Ricky Hatton has struggled against southpaws previously and seems to be in a battle already as Pacquiao is just bringing it to him.
Freddie Roach predicted the third round. He said it as a joke to annoy Mayweather. He might have been a little too conservative.
And Hatton's in trouble again. Final 10 seconds of round one, and Hatton's down for the second time here on this opening round.
If he beats the count, he'll get the 60 seconds left. And he needs it.
You okay, Ricky? Be saved by the bell. Remember that.
Unbelievable first round by Manny Pacquiao.
What an impressive first round by Pacquiao.
These were clean, perfect shots landed by Pacquiao. Look at that! What an incredible shot! Oh, it doesn't get any better than that.
Ricky Hatton had never been knocked down at 140 pounds. He's been knocked down twice already in this opening round by Pacquiao. And we talked about his struggles against left-handers. You have to wonder, is he not able to see that right hook coming because of the weird angle?
Being at the gym and seeing Freddie work, they worked on that punch time and time again. And boy, did it pay off.
Hatton is still trying to shake out his legs. Look at him with his legs. He's still feeling the effects of that knockdowns. What a spectacular first round. Hatton just went through the same thing Juan Manuel Marquez did.
Pacquiao out to prove to the world that his victory over Oscar De La Hoya, no fluke.
Hatton knocked Pacquiao off balance with that shot, but Hatton is still rocky.
You know what's amazing too, Rich, is that all the damage was done with the right hand. There was a time when Pacquiao couldn't even touch it with the right hand, and now he's knocking guys out, or down, I should say, with the right hand.
That's really come the last year or two as he gets rocked that time by Hatton.
Well, with every succeeding year, he's become a more complete fighter. Now, let's not just completely write off Ricky Hatton yet, because remember the Marquez fight. After the spectacular first round of the Marquez fight, for Pacquiao, Marquez dominated the rest of the bout.
You brought up a very good point, Rich, because a lot of guys think he can't be that fast. He doesn't hit that hard until you're in there and you feel the power, and wow, it is a wake-up call.
And I know the great boxing announcer Jim Lampley has said many times about Ricky Hatton, no fighter fights a full 3 minutes of every round like Hatton does, but Pacquiao, not phased at all, connects with a couple left hands again.
Kurt, Ricky Hatton's style seems to play in perfectly into the hands of Manny Pacquiao, the new Manny Pacquiao.
Now, Ricky he needs to get through this second round and get himself together. He's got no rhythm at all right now. Anything he may have learned under Floyd Mayweather is completely out the window right now.
And that was what his trainer, Manny Pacquiao's trainer, Freddie Roach, said. You can talk about a new Ricky Hatton and a different style, but once he gets hit, he's going to revert to what he's always been as he takes another left hand to the head.
And there's no defense for a chin. Your chin is what it is when you're taking a head shot from Manny Pacquiao.
I haven't got one in there.
But Pacquiao answers back.
But he's getting outscored 5-1, Hatton.
The counter punch.
And here it comes again by Pacquiao. The combination's doing damage on Hatton. And Ricky Hatton right now seems to be in survival mode as we get to the final 30 seconds of the second round. Needs to get to his corner just to catch his breath. The movement of Pacquiao keeping Hatton in trouble.
Manny Pacquiao never fails to surprise me with what he brings to the table. It's always a little better than I thought.
Down again. And now he's knocked out this time. That's it. Ricky Hatton is done. Knocked out in the second round by Manny Pacquiao. Is there any question that he is the best fighter in the world right now?
He just cemented his legend.
Not only is he the best fighter in the world,
he's the most exciting fighter.
This is an all-time great. You understand that you're looking, as we look at Ricky Hatton here, but Manny Pacquiao is an all-time great.
You're exactly right. He's now surpassed that, Rich, and he's now cemented his legacy to call himself a legend, and, mind you, a legend in his prime.
Ricky Hatton totally out of it, and we can only hope and pray that he's going to be all right.
Now you can see the concern right now as they try and bring Hatton back, but taking care of him, and that is a big left-hand punch, and Pacquiao dominated this fight from start to a quick finish. 2 knockdowns in the first round and a knockout here midway through the second. What a night for Manny Pacquiao.
Freddie Roach was off by a round the good way.
Well, he said he would be disappointed if it went 3. He doesn't have to worry.
It didn't even go 2. And it was just a perfect punch. Hatton dropped his right hand, and Pacquiao came right over the lowered left hand. Watch Hatton's left hand go down, and Pacquiao comes right over it. the knockout spot. One of the most spectacular, sensational knockouts. And of course, our thoughts are with Ricky Hatton. We don't want to go too nuts in our commentary here because Ricky, I don't believe, has gotten up yet. But it was there's no more you can ask of Manny Pacquiao.
And now, the new IBO and Ring Magazine light welterweight champion of the world, and still pound for pound the best in the world, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao.
Thomas Hearns came in right at the limit of 154 pounds as we see the referee Carlos Padilla giving the instructions, and Roberto Duran at 153 1/4. Of course, the reach advantage goes to Thomas Hearns with 78 inches to 67 inches for Roberto Duran. The age factor, well, could be one. Thomas Hearns certainly in his prime at 25, however, has had only 2 fights in the last 2 years because of hand injuries. Roberto Duran will be 33 years old tomorrow. The fact that he's had to come down from weights up to close to 190 pounds to get to 154, the older he gets, the tougher that task must prove, and the effect of it over 12 rounds may be seen tonight. Round number 1. Carlos Padilla is the referee. He will not score. Harry Gibbs from England, Newton Campos from Brazil, Hans de Ver from Belgium will be the scoring judges on the 10-point must system. 9 or fewer points to the loser of a round.
And Roberto Duran has a real heavy beard. In most states, that's illegal. I'm surprised that Emanuel Stewart didn't complain to the commission about that.
Well, Thomas Hearns has a real light beard, so so far in the beard championship has gone to Roberto. But your point is quite well taken, Gil, and we'll see if it has an effect that you can pick up in terms of Hearns landing his blows to the face of Duran. A little tentative here in the early going, and Duran having a little problem with the canvas in this early going, has already slipped a little bit twice. .90 degrees at the time of the bell for the first round here in Las Vegas, with the sun starting to sink in the west. Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy, round 1 scheduled for 12, remember, under WBC rules, a 12-round title bout.
Tommy Hearns should be working that jab overtime. Instead, he's looking to land the big bomb, and he landed a good right hand.
A good right hand to the ear of Duran that sent him back into the ropes. Of course, the Macho Duran quickly saying, "It didn't hurt me." There's that left jab of Hearns backing up Roberto Duran.
Well, Duran is making a mistake, Tim, of standing straight up. He's fighting a tall guy. He should get lower. He's not going to be able to reach up to Hearns. He's got to slip the punches, get underneath him. Can't get his head moved back with that jab, or he's really going to get nailed.
Under a minute to go, and Duran slipped. However, there is blood over the left eye, the left eye of Roberto Duran. They slice. It looks like it's on the eyelids in the corner of the left eye of Roberto Duran. And Hearns is backing Roberto Duran up at will. A solid right, and down goes Duran. Duran is on the canvas and looks stunned. Gets to his feet, but he's staggering.
He's hurt.
Approaching the 20-second mark remaining, and we're in round number 1.
He's bothered by that cut eye, Tim. He's very seldom ever been cut in a fight.
Hearns lands a combination, and Duran waving at him to come at him, but meanwhile taking punishment. Down he goes again.
That's going to save him, Tim. By the fact that he went down, the bell is going to ring.
Got quickly to his feet at the end of the first round, and he must finish the 8 count, and there's the bell that ends round number 1. The bell does not end the round, and he went to the neutral corner. Roberto Duran went to the neutral corner. He did not realize where his corner is, so Duran is in deep trouble. Thomas Hearns with a vicious attack.
Let's look at that first knockdown, Tim. Here's Roberto Duran standing straight as a stick right in front of Tommy Hearns. Hearns is measuring him now, weaves a little bit, and bang, right on the chin with a good right hand.
Tremendous shot by Thomas Hearns, and he immediately had Duran in trouble again, knocking him back into the ropes, and Duran goes down one more time in this first round.
Tim, he knows he hasn't hurt Bailey, and he's going for throwing caution to the wind and just throwing punches in bunches. Duran is really in trouble now, Tim, leaning back, trying to get away. Where can he hide? He can't. Those punches are coming fast as lightning. A tremendous body punch, another body punch lifts him right off his feet, Tim, and down again. Here comes Tommy Hearns out now, Tim. He knows he's still in trouble. He's going to try to finish him off right now.
We're now into round number 2. Thomas Hearns was quickly to the center of the ring. A cut on the left eyelid of Roberto Duran. Whether Duran can survive the knockdowns of round 1. Remain to be seen. He looks still a little wobbly to me, Gil.
He's still straight up in the air, Tim. You have to get low when you fight a fighter like Tommy Hearns.
Good left and a right behind it by the champion. Duran in trouble again in his corner. Has not hung on at all. Now, finally, he grabs Hearns. Hearns got several free shots with Roberto.
He's wobbly, Tim. His legs are still wobbly.
Just trying to cover up. Another solid right hand by Thomas Hearns in a combination. The referee Padilla watching
there.
He's
up in the air again.
Duran just fighting on instinct, though, Gil. He's just hanging a big right hand.
That's it, Tim. Anytime you fall forward, the fight's over, Tim.
A huge right hand by Thomas Hearns. Right to the cheekbone of Roberto Duran, and it is all over. A second-round knockout for the hitman, Thomas Hearns, who said he would knock out Duran in 2, and he did just that.
He sure did, Tim. We've said so many times before, a fighter can go into the ring and he can age overnight, and that's exactly what happened to Roberto Duran. He didn't have it from the opening bell.